Hi, it's Caitlin, and you're gonna be sick of me because I have another video. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully you like watching my videos. But I do have a short little video which includes some polishes available in the Little Box of Horrors, which is another HHC PPU adjacent type of shop. I'll include the specific details about when the shop opens and how you can get the polishes. And I actually have two more polishes that will be available in the April HHC shop. They didn't make it into my last video. They literally came like a day after I published the video. But all is right with the world now because they're in this video and you will still get to see them and buy them in time. So let's get into it. We'll start by looking at the HHC polishes for April. And yes, I do have another April HHC video, but these two didn't make it in time, so if you haven't seen that one, I will try to link it in the cards. This is from Penelope Loose, and this one is so pretty. First of all, it's actually described as a topper, but I'm going to show it built up on its own, as well as used as a topper over the second polish from this brand in the April HHC shop. So the theme for the two polishes from Penelope Loose is goddesses of mythology, and this one's all about Aphrodite, and this one is a purple jelly base with micro flakies and gold hollow glitter. The intention was to make this one so it's a combination of white and red, which is predominant in Aphrodite and her symbolism, and how she's covered in purple clouds, which is the inspiration photo she used. Now this does build up absolutely beautifully in 3 coats. It does still allow some of your nail line to show through underneath, but it's very ethereal, very romantic, very appropriate for Aphrodite. And every time I see the words Goddess of Love, I think of Lady Gaga and her Art Pop album, which is so underrated and one of my favorites. Anyway, I will let you enjoy this polish. It is incredibly shifty and sparkly. The second polish from Penelope Loose is Aphrodite, and this one is a really intensely shimmery, I would say white base with red to orange to gold shimmer. This has a kind of creamy-esque base to it, and it actually has pretty nice opacity in 2 coats. So that is going to be how I show it to you. And there is also hollow in here, which is really beautiful. It captures the light very nicely, and it gives this overall really pearly effect. So here you can see the shifts in this one are very strong, and yeah, it just looks very much like a pearl and beautiful formula. And here I'm bringing back Goddess of Love again, and I will show it as a topper over Aphrodite. So where the base of Goddess of Love is slightly tinted purple, it does give a purple tint to anything you're putting it over top of. And these hollow glitters are so holographic and sparkly. I'm really impressed with the quality of the ingredients used in both of the polishes. I will recommend a good glossy top coat over top of the topper. How many times did I just say top? Anyway, there is a tiny bit of texture from the glitters, but it does smooth out with top coat. And honestly, these two polishes together are absolute perfection. Thankfully, the sun was out, so you can see how twinkly and pretty the Hollow Sparkle is. Now we'll look at the little box of horrors polishes. And first up, I have Paint It Pretty polish. They were inspired by Pet Cemetery, and this is called No Gain Without Risk. It is a deep steel blue base with red, gold, green shimmer and holographic micro flakes. The theme for the little box of horrors for April is Stephen King, and the shop will be open from April 18th through the 30th. This has a classic Paint It Pretty polish formula, which is beautifully buildable, very smooth, very even, and ridiculously shimmery. You can see it's pretty good coverage in 2 coats, but 3 is definitely the way to go to get full opacity and the most payoff of shimmer and hollow. This does dry down just a tiny bit dull, so you can see that the top coat will make everything incredibly glossy and shiny and enhance the holographic effect in those microflakes. And now you're going to get a taste of all of the many beautiful shifts in this polish. It is so pretty, and I am a sucker for these kind of tealy, bluey polishes. I'm really liking them lately. And we're back again with 2 polishes from Penelope Loose, and they are also obviously inspired by Stephen King. This one is called Mr. Mercedes, and it has a crelly white background with blue, red, and black flakes, and a little holographic pigment for some extra added charm. Now, I absolutely love how this polish looks. It has a beautiful base color, and it's so delicate and dainty. This is kind of a polish I would leave in 1 or 2 coats, but I will show it in 3 for anyone who's interested in how it builds up. And I guess minus the black flakes, this is kind of like, I don't know, it's making me think of like the American flag, even though I'm not American, but red and blue is just instantly American to me. And as you can see, this does build up beautifully in 3 coats. On that 3rd coat, you really see the crelly aspect where you get the sandwiching of the layers and the flakes. And it does have a tiny bit of texture when it dries down because of those flakes, but it smooths out completely with 1 layer of top coat, and it will not be difficult to remove. And last but not least, we have the Green Mile, and this one is inspired by the book, The Green Mile, and it is a dark turquoise with a purple shimmer and what is definitely hollow. So this one has a really incredibly opaque formula. It didn't cause any staining though. It's so easy to work with. It has really good coverage in one coat, but obviously it'll be even better in two, but I don't think anyone would need more than two for this polish. Now this does dry down dull, and if I haven't said it before, if you haven't heard me say it before, you always want a good top coat to bring out the holographic effect and enhance it. It's actually best after you apply top coat and then let everything dry down fully. Thankfully the sun was out. The hollow in this one isn't overly rainbowy. It's definitely giving more of that silvery static hollow effect, but the purple shimmer is very strong and works beautifully with the base color. So my favorites from my little video are Goddess of Love, which is the topper, but could also be built up on its own, from Penelope Loose for the April HHC. And then the other one that I really love is the Paint It Pretty polish, which will be available in the little box of horrors because it's so shifty and holographic. Let me know in the comments what you think of these polishes, if you're planning on picking anything up. And I guess that's it for me until my next video. Have a good day. Bye.